think sometimes she screams when she's having fun.
You know what? For Alex's first time on a short board, fiberglass, she's done really well.
Oh my God!
That was awesome.
Aloha from Hawaii.
Aloha from Hawaii. Welcome back, you beautiful people, to the wonderful island of Maui.
Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive.
Okay, let's do this one more time. The girls and I have gone on this epic vacation, island hopped over to the island of Maui from Oahu to spend a week with Grandma out here. Now, Grandma eventually had to head home. The girls and I had a couple of days to ourselves. In the last episode, we did the road to Hana, which was amazing. Exhausting, but it led to one of the most beautiful hikes I have ever done in my life. And if you haven't seen that episode yet, go ahead and check that out. Today, Alex is going to get a professional surfing lesson. Now, what makes this different from all the other surfing lessons we've done in the past is really, okay, if you guys are new to the channel, all right, the girls and I did not grow up on the islands. We are military brats through and through, right? John's in the Army, and we are stationed out in Hawaii for a few years. Prior to coming out to Hawaii, we have never surfed in our lives, but, you know, when in Rome, I think when you are in, you know, a place like Hawaii, you've got to embrace the local culture, and part of that local culture is surfing. And we've gone on this huge journey trying to teach ourselves how to surf, and this, by far, it's been one of the most challenging things we have ever done. Snowboarding is so easy in comparison to surfing. Why? Because you can just do laps, you can do runs, it makes it so easy. You have endless time to practice, lots of coaches, your mom and dad probably snowboard or skied kind of thing. Well, for Alex loves surfing, but she doesn't have a mom and dad who can really teach her the ropes. We're learning just as much as Alex is, right?
Did you grow up surfing?
No. So today, she's gonna be going along with a surfing coach. And like I said, this is different from the past. The past, we had a lot more like surf lessons. Those were kind of like your tourist operation. Nothing wrong with them. Totally great place to start, but pretty much this is your board. This is how you stand up, and they make sure that you get it by putting you on one of the biggest boards they possibly can. Totally awesome. It helps fuel that desire to continue this pursuit, this journey that we're on. And that's awesome. But Alex has been progressing from a longboard all the way down, and today is gonna be her first day on a short, true Grom board. I have no expectations for Alex, like rocking waves, anything like that.
My dream was to grow up surfing.
Today's just experience. She may go out there and just get battered, but we gotta do it. That's part of progression, is just to keep trying, and I'm really excited. Now, Pedro, I met Pedro when we first went to Lahaina a few days prior, right? And we were playing the tourist, we were going around, and I saw Pedro videoing and photographing two young Groms out on this wave in Lahaina Harbor with his wife kind of being the instructor out there. And one thing led to another, talking with him. His family's from Brazil, totally awesome. And this is what he does, is he builds long-term relationships and actual coaching. And so as an early birthday present from Grandma, Alex is gonna be doing this, and I'm so excited. I hope that this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship. This is gonna be epic.
Let's go!
Grab that Spam Subi and let's hit it.
Spam Subies.
You guys are looking for a cheap breakfast. This is it. Musubis. conditions were perfect that morning. There was this little wave, 3 to 4 feet, 0 wind. It was just everything I could have hoped for Alex. I think Alex was a little nervous at first. Well, she always is nervous.
It's my new
Very
toy.
beautiful.
Look at that. Isn't he amazing?
It is amazing.
It's a new model from Carpite.
Now, I was really excited about Pedro because Pedro, being more of that surf coach, you know, he didn't just rush us out into the water. He spent his time making sure, teaching Alex like the basics, things that John and I just don't really know what to do. How to properly wax a board, how to prep a board, making sure that leash is secure, how to hold a board, practicing some pop-ups, proper technique. Don't be afraid of the reef. He even was like, go down and touch the reef, giving her pretty much almost like a swim test in the process. You know, they were little things. And then even when he was out there, just teaching her surfing etiquette. What is the lineup? How does that work? You know, introducing her to all the other surfers, making her feel really comfortable and welcome, even though we're a little ways from home. So good for Alex. We've never had like a really coaching one-on-one. I mean, we did the lessons, but it was really just like, hey, this is your board, this is how you stand up, here we go. She's got to work a lot harder for this. This is really learning how to surf because she's doing a short board. Patient, Haley. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Mama.
I love you too, okay? Alex is out there screaming.
Not surfing.
I think sometimes she screams when she's having fun.
Come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want. I wanna stay here. I wanna stay here with you. I wanna stay here with you. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. I wanna stay here with you. La, 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 la. La, 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 I just wanna hear you say that you want me to. I told you I can't get you off my mind. Come let me hold you now. I wanna lay in your arms. Come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one.
You know what? For Alex's first time on a shortboard fiberglass, she's done
Aloha.
really well. Really well.
Aloha. Aloha.
So give Alex a big round of applause because she went out there and just gave it her all on that shortboard. Obviously, we've got a lot of work to do, right? We spend our afternoons now on a balance board. We spend a lot of time learning technique off YouTube. We're gonna get there. Any day and every day that we can, we go out and we surf. But there's only so much you can fit into, so this is gonna be a long journey. Shout out to her for making this happen and going out there and doing her best. Also shout out to Pedro for putting up with us and doing an amazing job. This man flew out to El Salvador the following morning for a surfing competition and then from there went to Brazil. It was so awesome. He even was like, yeah, I'll be back in August, hit me up. And I'm not gonna lie, thinking about it, like these kind of surf lessons with Alex, the flight to Maui really isn't that expensive really when it comes to excursions for Hawaii. For Hawaii prices, it's not that bad. And then on top of it, you know, we could stay here because we're Hawaii residents, we're at Kamehameha, and I can camp on Maui for 20 bucks with a tent. We could make this happen. So possibilities are there. It may not happen in August, but you never know.
Yeah, she did so good. Do you see them? What did you think? Did your sister do a good job? She did an amazing job, huh? She did.
Also give a shout out to Miss Haley for being incredibly patient during this whole process. Now, it was time to steel bag that bag of chips from Haley.
I love my bag of chips.
Go eat some good lunch at the campsite and then rock the afternoon. I really wanted to find a place for Haley to relax. She loves playing in the sand. We're gonna make this happen.
You enjoy it?
Yes,
Why did you enjoy it?
because it was fun. I was able to go on his board.
Were you?
Yeah.
He seemed like he was keeping it entertaining for you. That's awesome. Did you learn anything?
No. No.
Okay, so the first two beaches that we tried to go to, zero parking. It was a madhouse. That's what I get for going in the afternoon, right? Like the parking situation was just in. So we just kept on driving and eventually I found a spot to park at Slaughterhouse Beach, which is actually right next to I'm gonna butcher this, Honolulu Bay. And what is nice about this beach is the waves are pretty nice, so you could actually rock it with a boogie board or like in a beginner sort of way. You can play in the waves and it's beautiful sand beach. Alex is my fish, right? Well, Haley is my goat.
Actually, I was the jaguar queen.
They started playing the game where Alex was, this magical sea creature from the ocean, and Haley was this magical creature from the land, and neither one could go into each other's land. So Alex, of course, kept on trying to run onto the land, and Haley would just attack her, right? Haley likes to think of herself as a princess. In reality, she's like my ninja warrior child that will rip your face off when she gets mad.
She had to get out of the ocean. I was going to get her.
But I had to get into the water. I'm just as much of a fish as Alex is, and I'm just craving. I could spend every single day in the ocean here if I could. There were even turtles just swimming around. Cannot get over the view and that view. It's pretty magic. Had to come down to the beach one last time. We are flying home tomorrow. And Maui has been truly wonderful, but I'm starting to really miss John. I'm really missing my dogs. We got to plan out an adventure with them because it's been a long time since we've had a whole family vacation. But I'm so grateful that the girls and I came out here. We had an amazing time with Grandma. It is coming to an end.
It was a magical time staying there.
And it had been an amazing stay. I cannot say enough for this campground, right? Like in terms of camping costs, yeah, it's expensive, but what you get, like, I don't know if there's any hotels that you could find below $300. And if you can, then either something's wrong or you're just lucking out completely last minute deals, who knows? But I couldn't find anything. And you know what? When you have little kids, camping is really amazing. So just gonna throw that out there. This place was awesome. You should totally check it out if you can. We have one more day. Well, we have one more adventure in Maui before we fly home to Oahu. We're gonna go check out, I gotta look this up. We're gonna go check out the Iowa Valley. It just reopened. It had been closed, I think, for like 2 years for restoration. This is gonna be pretty cool. A pretty unique experience. I haven't seen too many other people do, probably because it's been closed for so long. So can't wait for that, you guys. And then we're flying home to Oahu, and boy God, the adventure continues. Mahalo for watching. We'll see you guys later.
Ohalo. Ohalo.